Let's talk about spiritual awakening. Mystical experience or psychological break. Here's how it works. Spiritual awakening is a growing awareness that there is more to this life than what is on this physical planet. It's a growing inquisitiveness of the divine and the universe. Most people will tell you the real world works like this. Girls wear pink, boys wear blue. You go to school, get to university, get a job, you work hard, and money is happiness. You meet your soul partner, you buy a house, have some kids, and live happily ever after. You're living the dream, right? But there's an empty, hollow feeling inside. You wonder, is this all there is to life? You start looking, searching, trying to find another path.
In my 20s, I suffered a breakdown. That's when I began to meditate. I began meditating to heal and to manage the stress and the anxiety and all the things in my life that were my downfall. And this began a search for clarity, a search for self-identity, a search for a better way of life. I started reading people like Florence Scovel Shinn, Neil Donald Walsh, Abraham Hicks. I also experimented with crystals. I found they gave me relief. They changed my energy and they helped me get through the hard parts of life. I also used things like Bach flower essences. I started reading with tarot cards and I searched out healers. I went and saw a spiritual healer. I've had crystal healings and they often help me get through the difficult parts of my life. In my 40s, I pretty much gave up on the normal way of life. Up until that point, I had some pretty good jobs, but they always ended up the same. I demonstrated some ability and some success. These jobs often ended up in disaster as people took advantage of my gentle and sensitive nature. Not pretty times. I started to feel like a failure, and I definitely felt like a fish out of water or a square peg looking for a round hole. In my 50s, I finally left a marriage which made me very unhappy and wasn't serving me. And I started to intensify my search for this path, and I saw it as a new beginning. In 2016, I quit my job in what my boss said was a gigantic leap, and it was, and I travelled the world from 2018 to 2019.
It was an incredible trip. I visited 28 countries, travelled 80,000 kilometres, and had the time of my life.
At the start of that trip, I walked the Camino de Santiago, which is a pilgrimage 800 kilometres long across Spain. It took me 6 weeks, and I saw that as drawing a line in the sand to a new life. It was an incredible experience. It's a very healing experience. It's a time when you meet lots of great people, but you also have a lot of time to yourself. You have a lot of time to contemplate and to work out what happened in your life and find a better path for your new life. I returned home, but I found I couldn't fit into my old life. Old troubles returned and it felt like a nightmare. I just couldn't make life work. I couldn't find work, and I felt like my life was spiraling out of control. So the last 3 years I've spent healing and cleansing. I found a guide. She's helped me to clear a lot of the pain and trauma from my life, and she has also helped me understand who I truly am. And finally, at this time in 2022, I kind of have an understanding of what and who I am. During that healing time, I experienced depression and pain and unhappiness as I release a lot of my old baggage. I'm now at the point where I've forgiven and accepted myself, and I'm at the point of a new beginning in my life. Hallelujah! So what have I learned? Here is my 7-point survival plan for spiritual awakening. Number 1, self-love and self-forgiveness. There is a saying, you can't love others until you love yourself. And I think this is very true. And maybe this is the point of life, to have a deep understanding and respect of yourself, self-love. To reach that point, you need to forgive yourself for all the missteps and the pain and all the things you think you didn't do well, and just accept that life is a journey. Number 2, surrender. Have faith, trust yourself, trust the universe. The more you fight spiritual awakening, the harder it is. The universe is trying to guide you to a path that will bring you happiness and joy.
If you like this content, Please consider becoming a Patreon member and support me in making future videos. Membership will give you early access to videos, special content and offers. The link is in the description below.
Number 3, meditate. In the modern life, there's a lot going on. There's social media, there's people, there's work, there's demands on you all over the place. Meditation gives you a window to your inner self. It gives you peace. It gives you a time to contemplate. It gives you refuge. It can help you see the meaning and purpose of life. It's a very important practice and you should try and do it every day. You don't need to do very much, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Soon you'll find this is time you'll look forward to. There are many different ways to meditate. You should search and look for something which brings you peace. Number 4, find support. Spiritual awakening can be a very lonely path. It's something that is difficult to open up to others. People might think you're crazy, but it's something that once you start, you can't stop. And often a guiding hand or a voice of experience or support is the thing that will get you through. So this support might be a teacher, a healer, a friend, a mentor, a guide. Ask the universe for support, and the right kind of support or teacher or healer will come into your life. Number 5, patience. This is easier said than done. We all want it to happen overnight and over and done with, but spiritual awakening is truly a journey. It's something you need to lay down foundations with. You just can't fast forward to the end. It just doesn't work like that. Look for clearing, look for a release of your trauma, look for healing, look for happiness. Take it one step at a time and allow the process to happen. Number 6, look for peace, love and joy. Surely these are the most precious things in life. Sure, a Porsche might make you feel good for a moment, and a big house is a great show of ostentatiousness, but deep down, it's that peace within yourself, the feeling of love, and the feeling of joy, and the expression of joy, and the sharing of joy, which truly makes life worth living. Number 7, dare to dream. The universe offers unlimited potential. Open up to all the possibilities of the universe. Be open to change. Be open to new things. Even allow miracles, unexpected things. There's much more on offer than the little control box that your mind and your ego says, this is what you need or this is what you want. Break open the shackles of life and let joy and happiness flood into your life. This is the ultimate goal of spiritual awakening. As you journey along your spiritual awakening path, it might feel like a nightmare, with pain and difficulties of the past reappearing. This is spirit clearing the blockages that are preventing you to move forward on your spiritual awakening journey. Love yourself, care for yourself, nurture yourself, so these things will drop away and you can move forward on your spiritual awakening path. Know the rewards of spiritual awakening in comparison to the nightmare you travel is a blissful dream. I send you much love, joy and healing, and wish you much success and happiness as you move forward on your spiritual awakening path. Surrender this journey and know that great things await you. Take care.
Press like, subscribe, ring the notification bell and leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you've got to say. And if you'd like to get early release and special offers, become a Patreon member. The link is in the comments. If you want to introduce meditation into your life, watch this beginner's guided meditation